Maddie's back. Rao, sorry, you were talking about your your third.
For the 10th time, Maddie is back.
So basically, I wanted to release my third album, and it should be called The Missing Page. Tetapi we decided to come out with Find Your Best, That's Your Highness, and that's when Maddie was involved, Hafiz was involved,
yeah,
the Crazy88, Big Geta. So we put everybody
Big
together
G.
lah. Yeah.
Nice. Any personal favorite tracks, bro?
From where?
From any of your albums.
Every track is my favorite track. Especially Find Your Best, That's Your Highness. I think because everybody played their part accordingly and they got the idea of it. So basically, we were trying to motivate people to do better lah in the hip hop scene. And I think that's one of the reason why also kita, get a chance to work and then put out the messages that we wanted to put out lah.
Amazing.
That can still be
I
found
have
online, kan? I think that's still online.
I have a question for Hafiz and Maddie.
Yes, sir.
Guys, korang punya personal favorite track from Rao's album or his singles, any?
I have two
Name me.
actually. I have two. I think earlier, whether you guys heard it or not, I'm not sure lah. Pasal he kept getting cut off, right? So I mentioned that I wasn't always a part of the scene, right? So as a fan, my favorite Rao track is Smile. That is from my first storybook. So when I was listening to it back then, it was like a love track, right? And there's Rosie on the track, correct? Rosie is on the chorus. And when aku listen to Rosie, aku cakap, ni dah macam Beyonce siya.
Rosie ada that vibe. Yeah.
As a peer and someone that worked with you, I think my favorite track of yours is Best from Rewrite. Itu lagu best gila je. Whenever I see you perform that song, right, aku always wish that, damn, I wish I had a verse in this, especially the chorus. And then when everybody's on the stage together, then no puns intended lah, tapi dia best gila babi je tu lagu. Hafiz, what's yours?
For myself, I love Rewrite lah, bro. Pasal like we mentioned earlier, okay, I'm not a fan of Kanye. Kan? But especially now, kan, I explained to them in recently as well why I don't fancy him. Tapi macam 808s, I loved it, and I love your Rewrite album. There was a song Heartbeat. Was it called Heartbeat?
Yeah.
Kan, I absolutely love that track. That track was on repeat, right? Maybe I didn't tell you, tapi aku absolutely love that song and that album. That is one of the macam local albums that I played on repeat tau, when I had it in hand. Pasal it was so, I think it was so well done, the entire thing, Rewrite. Kan, to I mean, put it in perspective, dia macam essentially self-made, right? Those days albums kan, macam it's really like almost 100% is self-made. You did everything on your own. Kan, it was really really well done.
To
So
people,
to pick a song,
this is this is Rewrite.
ni sweater merah ni sub kan?
Sub
Sub clothing, right? Yeah.
Damn.
Gambar semua HDR. Did Yasin do your photo shoot?
Yeah, Yasin and
This is crazy.
Bonj.
Oh,
Crazy.
Boy, do you have
Yasin was the director, yeah.
Nice.
Boy, do you have a favorite Rauzan track?
I'm a huge Crazy88 fan. I love I love hard rap and hip hop music, right? So Kicks is one of my favorite. Kicks is one of my favorite. What was the other one called? Gila, right? Gila, of course, is like macam
everybody's
me
favorite.
at that point. At that point macam everyone know, right?
Yeah.
Gila. But also I from your, I think Find Your Best, that's your highness. I think I like your song Rabbit as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
Rabbit.
That's a unique pick.
Your your chorus was very catchy. The chorus is catchy, but I think there's a deeper meaning behind it. There's a much more deeper meaning than what you intended to say in your rap.
Mhm.
Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. But for me personally, when I listen to it, I think there's you were trying to say something there. So Rabbit was had an impact in me for me, you know. So
Wow.
yeah.
Nice.
Do you
Thanks,
do you
man.
have plans?
Yeah,
Do you have plans to upload these albums on
No, I don't
Spotify?
have it anymore, bro.
Oh
I'm quite
damn.
surprised that you do, yeah.
Maybe ask Izaril lah. I think he would have also kan. Dia mesti ada punya benda gini.
This is a big ass problem, huh? When we had Freaky Z on the show, we spoke about his albums, his past albums. I had his albums, and then he was asking me the same thing. Can you repeat off
Give-
and give? Aku macam mana album korang Syul. But I'm sure you are extremely proud of the work, although you don't have it because like we mentioned, it's not easy to put out these
Yeah.
albums. It takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time. It takes money from our end. So we are extremely proud of the things that you have done and giving even
Yeah, man.
myself a platform. I appeared on Find Your Best, That's Your Highness. I think
Of
on
course.
all about the X, and then there was also something with Chic in that, right? So thanks for giving
Yeah, the Chic
us a
the
platform.
Chic track was awesome.
Time zaman aku buat love hip hop. So speaking of Find Your Best, That's Your Highness, right? You worked with a lot of people on that album. So you've worked with so much talent over the years. So we can say from Crazy88 to the Urban Sensation, you have worked with other Malaysian artists as well, right? Is there a favorite artist that you have to work with?
I mean, kalau boleh share, I think I don't have any favorite because every artist that I've worked with, they are very unique in their ways, in their certain ways, and I truly enjoy every single moment of it. But if I have to pick out one, I have to say like when I was working with Bihad in trying to sell our music to labels, because that period of time it truly showed me how bukan nak kata easy tau, but it was an opportunity for me to witness how we can make money selling our music. If I had the opportunity to do it for Crazy88 Heartfelt, I would have done it the same way like how I did it for Bihad. How we they call it we fish for labels lah to buy the music, and they can pay, bro. They have the money to pay, bro. You give them 100% for sales rights, but music composition rights semua tetap you, tetapi they pay you upfront for you to create the music. And that was why I was in Malaysia and had that opportunity to work with labels lah. Yeah.
What was it like working in Malaysia? Like you've worked in Singapore like for a while doing music independently, and then you went to Malaysia to work. What was the experience like working in Malaysia?
I think the experience is the listening power in Malaysia memang we cannot beat. Dia orang masih ada orang kampung masih listening to CDs. And buying ringtones for their ringtones.
Oh my
Eh,
god.
sial lah ni lama,
ringtones.
sial.
Wow.
Betul, like when you call
Wow.
someone and then you hear your favorite song playing, right?
Yeah.
So they at that point of time when I was fishing for labels to buy our tracks, they were still paying for that as well. So dorang nak tahu berapa basically dorang have to put up front for this artist to put out tracks. So for example, like for Beehive, it was a good figure that they gave us, and it was a motivation basically for the artists to work. And not only that, because they also produce a lot of macam brands like that point of time they were very heavily into vaping punya products. So we had the opportunity to sell it to vaping brands like this one right here, COF, Cloudy or Funky or something like that. We managed to sell our tracks to them, and they actually paid for the track, bro. Diorang nak tanya banyak. Diorang cuma like macam how much you guys want, and then we were just saying like 10 grand. Okay lah, 10 grand boleh. So that was
Wow.
what differs our market and their market at that point of time. Tetapi right now you have the opportunity to sell your tracks to labels in Singapore. Yeah.
Mm.
Interesting. Interesting.
When you mentioned Crazy88, right? The question in so many people's mind is, why did you guys not continue? Because you guys were, to me, at that point of time, right, like the benchmark.
Gila.
Every show there's a Crazy88 performance. New
Gila.
Year, dari New Year Eve to the home
Exactly.
club shows, everybody was inviting you guys. Everybody was asking you guys to be a part of the show. Everybody wanted to
Yeah.
listen. Me and Hafiz were fortunate enough to be part of that movement at that point of time, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
When these things were in motion. Why did you guys not continue? I mean, if it's personal, you cannot answer it for sure. But if there's something you can share, you can just let us know.
I think it was a mixture of personal issues and as well as the business process of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm.
at that point of time, I think Yus and Ish, they were going through macam a phase of I need to save up money
Okay.
to live. We
Mm.
cannot keep on doing these free things over and over again. Yeah, we had fun. We
Mm-hmm.
got paid in shows for syndicate, tepat home club,
Home
etc.
club.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, for shows. Tetapi dia tak cukup untuk menampung kita punya daily punya,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
adult punya expenditure. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I think for me personally, I feel that I wasn't consistent. I cannot be consistent, and I don't know why. Like what I said, I
Mm-hmm.
have so many ideas that I need to I need to give it a shot, because if I don't,
Mm.
I will lose it and I will regret it one day.
Mm-hmm.
Same as how we actually work on Heartfelt.
Mm-hmm.
We did so many things together. We record so many tracks. It's just that the way of how we wanted to put it out together to yang buat dia susah untuk kita, all of us as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
some of these projects, I maybe they fell at the wrong time. Like, it was out of the whole beat society phase, right? So the hip hop scene was a bit stagnant in Singapore, and then
Yeah.
we were not in the era where we could use social media as much like now. You imagine Crazy88 at the time, it was on TikTok. I think that shit
Mm.
would have blew.
It's gonna blow.
So
Yeah.
many people would have used the song for their reels. Macam lagu Gila,
Yeah.
I can see Gila being used for so many people. You won't be surprised, Hari Raya pun orang pakai macam Gila punya lagu
Mm.
tu. So I think a lot these projects were part of a time where the scene was a bit stagnant. Right? For people who don't know, right, me and Hafiz are part of Heartfelt with the Urban Sensation, right? Rauzan was the guy that we approached at first to
Yeah.
start off Heartfelt. So when we even went to Bandung to shoot like some short film that Zul
Yeah.
probably has. It was such a long time ago, but Crazy88, man, we I think Heikel as well, we spoke about this before. We
Yo.
really wish that there was a movement. It wasn't just
I'm
about
Yeah. Wasn't it
I'm a
just about that crew?
yeah,
mm,
It's
exactly.
about the whole movement, kan? All
I'm
of
a
us.
huge Crazy 88 fan around. Like I'm from outside, right? Like looking
Australia.
in. Even though we,
Huh.
not I mean not Australia, I was in but like
Yeah,
I
it
was
can
from
be.
outside. Even though we were friends already, right? Me, man, you, Yus, Ish. We were all friends already. But I was there for a lot of the shows. I was there when you guys were, shooting some videos as well. It was crazy, man. I truly love what you guys were doing. All the tracks were to me hits. None of them was whack in any way. It was all good music, and it was all like
Mm.
really, really
Mm.
amazing tracks. I believe sometimes life, this is just life, like, sometimes it's up and down, and things happen and whatever. But I truly can imagine, in my mind, I can envision that Crazy 88 nowadays, in this era, Gila. That's the
Crazy,
only
yeah.
I
word I
mean,
can
Yeah.
see. say.
I mean, I had a lot of fun. I mean, the three of us, Matt and Hafiz, like I said, they were playing an integral role as well when we were building the Gila gang. We were always together and trying to help the boys to go to a next step, which
Yeah.
they did. They were invited to perform in syndicate punya events, and
Yeah.
that is very hard to get for a hip hop punya underground
Yeah.
musician to be a part of a bigger spectrum punya genre.
Yeah.
They had people from the America who likes their music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we were going through that phase, yes, everyone had a lot of fun. But I have to point out this: when we were going through that phase where we all of us were having fun, the hip hop scene wasn't even strong to support one another until
Yeah.
today.
Mm.
If you don't believe it, until today we don't support each other, and that is the reason why we don't prosper in the hip hop scene. Semua feeling macam lagu dorang aja yang bagus, and lagu orang lain dorang tak nak support. So
Yeah.
what I was trying to do, what Freaky Z was trying to do, what Abang Imran and Jemain was trying to do at that point of time, was trying to get everyone as one.
A
Mm.
community, right?
The
You
community,
need
we
that
need to build.
community.
I agree. We need to
Yeah.
build the community. We don't. And just now when we were having the conversation and we were asking, kenapa Malaysia punya orang boleh buat sampai macam gini? Because they support one another.
Yeah.
It's not
True.
about individuality. It's about prosper together. Kalau dah prosper together, dah ada industry together, baru kita boleh riak sikit. Ni kalau kau tak ada apa-apa, kau nak riak, apa benda yang kau nak riak kan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Because
think
if there's an ecosystem, a community, then you can talk about the income that you can generate from it.
betul.
Then it will come. If it doesn't exist, then you only exist in your own mind that I'm writing good music. Gini, aku paling bagus.
Yeah.
It doesn't get anywhere. We
Betul.
have been through that cycle over and over and over again. Kan?
Dari
It
zaman Sheikh Haikal, zaman Triple Noise, zaman siapa lagi? Whoever who was trying to push the Singapore hip hop scene to another level, they couldn't because there wasn't any support from the people who are in the scene
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
Kalau kita sudah ada itu, baru I think we can help each other. Kalau sampai sekarang, I feel that for those of you guys who are outside, who's trying to put out music, you still don't have the support from your own community. Jangan cakap community, from your parents pun kau tak tahu kau dapat support ke tidak.
Yeah,
From your
betul lah.
siblings.
Yeah.
Dorang nak share pun tak tahu dorang share ke tidak. So if we can clean that mess, then I think we can prosper a bit lah.
I think
That's gonna take a lot.
Imran worded it quite perfectly.
Yeah.
Hip hop is built on ego, so that is a problem, right? Like you say, whatever you say is something that we've talked about at length. Like there is even difficulty for people to just share people's work.
Stuff,
Like we can be friends, but it's difficult for you to just press share, add to story. Itu je, Sia. It's not even
Yeah.
much. It's even that, but people refuse. I don't know why. Maybe they have specific reasons. People refuse to do that. So as long as we have this problem, so-called problem, right? It's going to be difficult. But
It's gonna be tough.
at the end of the day, we still love hip hop, and we always want SG pop to prosper. So we hope,
Always, man.
we
Always.
hope that there will be the line of people that eradicate this problem. And like you said, it's not an individual thing. It works better for people to come together and build the scene. That thereafter, whatever you are doing on your own will be more amplified. More people will know about it. But if you are
Yeah.
thinking that, no, I want to just share my own work, when you do not want to build the scene, it's going to be difficult. I met Aesop Cash a few days ago at an Adidas event. Even he mentioned that there are not much gigs around for them to be at. So this is one of the difficulties that I think like the current generation face. But I do strongly believe that they have all the means to come up with a solution. There's a lot of spaces nowadays to perform, but you need to come together. End of the day, like what you said, Rao.
And I have to share this with. I have to put this out. I tried my best to kawinkan the older generation and the newer generation and the middle generation of hip hop at one point of time. That's when I invited Elemental Fury. I featured people from the golden days lah. Because I feel the education of hip hop between the older generation and the newer generation, dorang tak tahu apa-apa tau. They don't know how Singapore hip hop was actually built. Who built it? Who helped to push? And dorang tak nak tahu. If you don't have the education, how? Macam mana? If you don't know the history, how are you supposed to protect this thing that you love? Because right now, people are not protecting the hip hop scene. No one is protecting it. When I say protect, you jaga. This is what Shafi told me. You have to jaga. Buat benda baik. Try to educate. But at the end of the day, aku pula jadi orang yang salah. You know, both parties tak suka. Because I was pushing too hard, and then the older generation feels that I'm not the right person to push it. It's not about who's right or wrong to push it. It's about who was there and witnessed every single thing and share the stories. Kalau itu pun kita tak boleh receive, susah lah.
Yeah. That's some honest truth there. Like I totally agree. Like I think if you don't take or someone doesn't put their foot forward, then it's just gonna be as such lah kan.
And then the kelakar thing is that bila ada satu orang tu yang dah push gila babi sangat, try to get shows for all these people, they start to hate that person. Macam you are not the right person to help us. Siapa? Semua orang pernah kena. Imran Anjamain pernah kena. I believe Azrael pernah kena. Freaky Z pernah kena. Crazy88, the Gila Gang, kita pernah kena from our own family. Remember tak kita pernah kena, kita gaduh tempat civic center sampai mak nak kena buang rokok semua.
Wow.
Hard facts. Hard facts.
I mean,
everybody cried. Jangan bohong. Semua nangis that point of time.
Aku not even involved tau. But you see, that shows that we had passion. We fought for
passion.
Fought for what we want, what we wanted, or what we believed it was right. But we hope the scene can move forward. One of the main things that the odds said, one of the main reasons we wanted to have like people from the yesteryears, and hopefully the newer generation of artists is to have just a bridge. We do not want to be the main people. We just want to bridge the gap.
We want to link it up, man.
We want to link up because I feel it is essential. You know what's the worst part of it is, for all you know, people want to link up but don't know how.
Yeah.
Right.
It might be the case kan. Might be the case.
Maybe for us, we look at the newer generation and we think like, dorang kenal kita ke tak sih? Macam how do we approach these guys? Maybe the newer generation might look at the older generation and be like, dorang kenal aku ke tak ni? Macam mana aku nak? So maybe it's just a platform that's required for the link up to happen. I think when the link up happens, it's going to be beautiful, man. I always have faith in Singapore hip hop because the product is there, the music is there. It's just getting it together as a scene that is missing, right? So
I agree.
Enough about that. But when it comes to shows, so you have performed at tons of shows. What is your most memorable show?
The most memorable one has to be the one that I had in Malacca a couple of years back. I performed at Malacca. Bihad called me, said, Rao, get to the first bus. I need you to perform with me. When I performed, bro, I didn't have to rap, bro. The people know my lyrics, bro.
I think that's song? The most beautiful thing.
What song is this?
Apa lagi yang tak kena?
There's someone else on the song, right?
God, myself, and Cik Guas Nida Daud. Yeah.
Or she was the one that has the spoken word kind of thing, right?
Betul. And that song was, I mean, I did not have to rap, sir, bro. They rapped it for me, sir. And you can hear, I mean, that was the most beautiful feeling ever, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Gila
true.
sia. I think it's
Orang
any
Singapore tak nak rap
artist.
lagu aku, sir.
I think the
Singapore,
closest
come on, man.
I think the closest when it comes to people rapping, right, I think is Gila. That is the one that a lot of
Yeah,
people know the
correct.
lyrics. Habis macam
Yeah.
it was going into that phase whereby if it had continued, people would have rapped for you guys the whole song. It's like great. It
Yeah, I think
was
again to like to touch on Gila, right? I think again I'm not 72 years old or anything like that, but if I were to go through the timeline, like there were a few uh anthems along the way that people remember. One of it was One, right? Elemental
Yes, of
Curfew. One
course.
of it was One. Then there's one yang ramai-ramai apa title dia? Yang ada notch semua.
live for
That
the moment, live in the moment, because something like that.
there was also one of it. And
Itu gerek
the
sia.
one that stood out, Gila. So
Mhm.
in order to be involved or to directly produce a song like that on your own, right, on our like indie that we call it, like it's an indie scene kan,
Yeah.
Mm.
but like something like that is an anthem, that is actually an achievement on its own, bro.
Yeah,
Kan? I
man.
feel that way because people remember your song. Like I can tell you if like it's like we do like a refresher gig ke apa kan, macam everybody gather again kan, people will sing that song.
Wait for that
They
song,
are
huh?
gonna do it. Yes. So
Yeah.
it is actually that huge tau. So for you to be able to produce that sound kan, fantastic lah. Because there were these anthem songs few and far between. Of course, there are so many good writers here, so many good producers kan. Tapi songs that people actually macam, ni gila lah. You know, Gila was one of that song.
Aku feel
Kan,
macam
that was fantastic lah.
at this point of time whereby people are using like rap tracks ke apa kan yang strolling down Haji Lane Sup Homeboy can be used by
Yeah, yeah.
Singapore Tourism Board for Arab Street.
Mm.
Kan? Korang boleh push the chorus.
And even the album itself, there's so many macam memorable tracks tau, strong tracks on its on their own, each individual song. So yeah lah, of course, macam on hindsight is always 2020, right? You can like, oh, we should have done this, we should have done that, but we were all like, I think Shafi and Rama also said it at one of the episodes. At that point of time, we were all just having fun. You don't really see like, 20 years from now, 15, 10, like 10 years, 15 years from now. You don't really see that because we were having fun. But Crazy88 is an iconic Singapore hip hop group. Safe to say. Okay, one of those. And they are few and far between lah. Kan, macam saya cakap, there's a lot of good artists. Tapi iconic. Like Triple Noise. Kan, macam very iconic. Crazy88 is one of those lah.
Tapi
I
actually
mean,
Rao pun cakap, sorry Rao, I interrupt
go
you for
ahead.
a bit. Rao pun cakap, tapi actually earlier Rao cakap Gila was not one of his favorite tracks to
I mean,
produce.
pasal the receive macam the audience lah kan. It's more to
The way
the
it
audience.
blew up. The way it blew
Yeah.
up. Yeah, sorry Rao, you were saying.
My favorite track was Crank Arm Stereo. Sup. Because it played.
Ada sticker sial. There's a CAS sticker that's in my cupboard.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we played a bigger role in contributing to that scene, to a different
Fixie.
genre. I think
Fixie punya budak-budak lah.
Fixie punya, yeah, I totally agree. At that point of time, the three of us were like, what the hell was Fixie? And then because si siapa Yasin yang gila babi kan, man, promoting
Yes.
bicycle and semua. So when we got the idea of creating Crank Arm Stereo, it started out as the chain of the bicycle punya bunyi. And when it started, we were like, how did we manage to come up with this? Chain bicycle jadi lagu. So it was a challenge for us at that point of time. It was a great challenge to come up with tremendous ideas lah. Benda tu kan macam suci, murni. It came out from nowhere. So
Fresh
that's
kan, very very
dia
fresh.
macam
It
where
really
the
was.
hell did we get the ideas, yeah?
Yeah.
So and then at that point of time, I think Juice magazine, or was it Junk? They named the EP as one of the best Singapore underground releases. So
Yeah,
that was the proud moment.
And
it was
they
lah
were
kan.
not lying about it, right?
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
it was.
it was a perfect combination. I cannot think of two other people apart from yourself, like apart from Yus and Ben ish.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody else could have fit that. I think those two guys were perfect for the
Chemistry
Crazy
is always
88
important,
to
man.
work with you
all
guys.
the
Right.
stars align lah kan. At that point in time, the stars align.
Stars
Yeah.
aligned with a bottle of
Yeah.
so
With the bottle of
kira sekarang dah
Amin.
kena censor tau. Okay, touching on a more
Oh, man.
on a more serious topic.
Okay.
So people have I think it was quite recent that a lot of people were reposting this and sending their prayers and whatnot. That we cleared with you before we asked you. So the question is, how's your health doing? How are you feeling now? And what
Yeah.
has been going on health wise? Because I think a lot of people were concerned and are concerned as well, because you've obviously lost some weight and all that, right? So how's everything on the health side?
I mean, firstly, I would like to say a million of thank yous to every single one of you yang visited me at the hospital. I know there was one moment of time yang I tak bangun langsung. Some of the guys thought that I was in a coma, but it was a serious illness lah, I have to say. Like I did not tak terlintas pun yang boleh kena this kind of penyakit. I was down with a heart failure, basically. I was working too hard, and then suddenly I collapsed. I did not eat. I just collapsed, and I was in the ICU for 2 weeks. And bila ramai-ramai orang tu datang, I tak dapat the chance pun to say hi. Cuma I sedar diri bila Izarel dengan Zul came. That was the time that I truly macam terbangun and managed to thank them personally lah. But my health is I'm recovering. Financial wise is bad right at the moment because I can't walk. I can't walk to go to work or whatsoever. But I am also fortunate because there are many friends in the scene or in the industry that sanggup give me or mendermakan duit for me to sustain and keep on going in this hardship of period of time and I have to thank every single one of you guys like Hafiz, you sent me a couple of kaching to keep me going, and I am fortunate that people actually giving me the support that I needed or I still need.
Prayers up for you, man. We wish you to have a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, man.
wish you to regain all the health that's needed, because I think it was when that happened to you, it was a difficult time for all of us, especially when we think about how close we all were at one point of time, and then how much we missed along the years, and then the next time we heard about you or had to visit you was in the hospital, right? I think that was quite difficult, but we are extremely glad that I think we were all extremely elated when I'm not sure who passed on the message to us that Rao is awake, and I think
Hafiz lah kan? Hafiz
Hafiz
lah.
did it. Hafiz told us
Yeah.
that when he visited you, you could respond a bit, and we were extremely happy that it was, because it was quite serious, and like me being outside of like any WhatsApp conversations with you or whenever I saw the message, it was like you were in a very critical condition, so it was hard for
Yeah.
all of us.
Yeah.
So we wish you all the best in health and everything that you're doing and you're pursuing. And shout outs to everybody that we had no idea that you mentioned have been helping you along the way. These people integral. These people are from the scene you mentioned, or from the circle, right? So this shows the benefit of the circle. If we had one, it's
Yeah.
supportive. It's very supportive. Like, I made
Mm.
a lot of great friends through. I even know Rao because of a hip hop circle, right? So
Yeah.
if you mentioned that you're not working, so all the content that you are producing out now, are you looking for work in that line, like
I
content
mean,
creation?
I will consistently put out things to inspire anybody that is in the circle still.
Yeah.
Mhm,
I feel that macam all of us need that pat on the shoulder and say that macam, bro, you got this, bro. Just keep on
Mm.
going. Walaupun
Yeah.
you are doing full time job, but you still love what you are doing. Just keep on going, santai. Don't rush things. I learned
Yeah.
a lot through my downs.
mhm,
Be it bila I cerai, and then bila
mhm,
I sakit, I learned so many things
Yeah.
along the way, and I begin to cherish everybody.
mhm,
Macam
Yeah.
I dah tak malu dah sekarang. Like macam kalau orang tu dah tolong kau, give them the flowers.
yeah,
Jangan sombong and just keep it to yourself. Ramai orang give me money.
mhm,
Hafiz, use. I dah tak malu lagi dah sebab these are the people who truly wants to see you grow.
mhm,
Kalau dorang tak nak, dorang dah tak kisah lagi pun pasal kau.
Yeah.
So like I said, I am fortunate that we actually grew up together. We actually get the chance to work with one another. And yeah, man, even rappers from Malaysia, Kimi
Mm.
mhm,
Kimo, everybody reached
Amazing.
out.
Wow.
So I mean, I didn't know that I played that such huge role in the industry, but to know that these people reach out, Alhamdulillah.
You
Mm.
did,
Yeah, man.
man. You played such a integral role in the scene, and
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
need
For
to
real,
give.
man. For real.
We
It's
will, whether the newer generation knows or not, we
Yeah.
will always give you your flowers for whatever you did. You
For
are
real,
this
man.
Always, man.
Yep.
extremely talented beat maker, producer.
Mm.
Your sound is unmatched. So we
Yep.
will always give the flowers, and
Anyone who feels inspired as well, man, hit Rao up, man. Like, you
Yeah.
know, if you need anything, hit Rao up and see if you can work together with Rao. Rao,
Yeah.
like, do something, man. So anyone listening, anyone watching, yo, if you feel inspired, just like what Rao said, do hit Rao up, and maybe you guys can work together and see something growing.
I think one of the things that I have to say before we end this podcast kan,
Mhm,
Mm.
um, I think everybody needs to change their mindset.
mhm,
Just breathe, relax yourself, and think about it. If you truly love the scene, if you truly want to see how orang selalu cakap, kau nak buat music, mana boleh buat duit kalau tak.
Yeah.
The reason why kita tak buat duit sebab kita tak bersama. Kita tak
mhm,
tolong one
Mm.
another. Kita
Mm.
tak nak cuba to knock on doors. Kita selalu fikir yang kita bagus.
mhm,
At one point of time, we had our like macam behind closed doors conversation. You know how I was like. I felt that way. I
mhm,
felt
Mm.
that only my
Yeah.
team is better than anything else or anybody else. I mean, to have that mindset, it's okay. Tetapi sekarang I think people needs to change how
mhm,
their perspective of how we can grow with one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
mhm,
I think in a way age plays its role as well. Like your experiences in life. Like again we talk about hindsight. Like we should have like done it another way. Kan? Macam instead of like feeding off our own egos, like where our music is better, kan, we should have done it that way. But it's not to say that we can no longer do it. We can still do these things now, right? Like
mhm,
be
Yep.
agents of change as well. Like yeah, but personally, like Matt mentioned, I think uh I don't write a lot of music, but I do write some over the years, but I think no bias, but you are one of the best song producers that I have ever worked with. The sound, like Matt mentioned, right? The sound that it's so, you can tell it's Rauzan's.
Mm-hmm.
Kan?
Yeah.
And there's always that punch, there's always that grit to it. Because you are really one of the best I've ever worked with. Like the song Fly Boys, if you guys remember. It's personally one of my favorite songs that I wrote. But
Yeah.
to write the rhymes, it's one thing, but to have the suitable beat behind it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was the combination was fantastic lah. But I thank you for all the years that we actually worked together. But of course, uh, in life, like sometimes we have our differences, right? Growing up and stuff. But and there's all water under the bridge now lah kan. Macam we want the best moving forward for the scene, for the community kan. That's why we are all here at the end of the day kan. Betul tak?
Yes, sir.
So yeah.
Always, man.
So before we let you go off, Rao, before we end this session, we like to ask all our guests, our esteemed guests, their top 5 local rap hip hop acts. It can be from then or it can be current ones.
Now or
Wow.
we like to put our guests
People
on the spot
people
a little
always
bit,
struggle
bro.
with this. People always
Yeah,
struggle
we-
with this question.
I have to say one of the rappers that I enjoy working with and had the opportunity to work with, Bigata, one.
Mm.
Mm.
Music wise,
Shout out Big G,
personal
man.
tak ada. Hizzy,
Easy, okay.
Okay.
if you guys remember Hizzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Azrael.
G-Bag.
Okay.
This
Always
guy,
on my list lah. Always on my list.
yeah. That's 3, right? How many?
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
more. Eh?
Two more.
Of
Up
course
to you
lah.
lah. It can be more. It can be more.
Kalau kata
The
ada tak
Crazy
apa.
88. The Crazy 88.
Yeah.
I have to say, I truly enjoy working with Urban Sensation and Rosie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, those are my, especially Rosie. Yeah, she is a wonderful talent.
Yes,
And Urban
sir.
Sensation was the reason why I got my first radio hit.
Kasih mengapa,
Mm.
right?
Kasi mengapa, correct.
Mm.
It was from a budak bawah blok mat rapnya song Jiwang they call it into a I don't know how soul R&B jadi R&B
Yeah.
and it just blew up. So it was fun times.
Ada orang
Yeah,
buat
it's the first macam
cover
R&B
je.
band kan.
Betul?
Kan? Yeah.
You can look up YouTube and there's so many people like still doing covers of the songs and whatnot.
Bro, ramai orang suruh buat Kasih Mengapa part 2 saya bro.
Yeah.
Ni I was like,
Yeah.
apa lagi part-part ni? Dah tak ada parts lah.
Because I think anyway that kind of soul R&B hip hop song, there's always an appeal for it though. Pasal it's easy listening hip hop. It's like a genre on its own kan. So there will always be an appeal for that. So part
And
2
then
bro, why not?
No, the truth is yang lagu yang I truly enjoyed producing kan was Small Talk.
Okay.
Oh.
And
Who has
yes,
small talk? Do any of you guys have that?
the melody
I don't.
of Small Talk tu gila babi bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I-
unique bro.
I still talk to Shahid about remaking the track. I don't know whether we will ever get to it, but yeah, I remember that we recorded I recorded my verse at Yu's house. I remember when the chorus was put out. Shout out to Fear One for singing on the chorus. So when that song was put out, kan, even when we got our first show as a band, that was our opening track at Esplanade.
Yeah.
Small talk.
It's really beautiful. And then the other one was if you heard the 88 punya EP yang band dengan who was that singer? Ada lupa nama dia. Band did
Oh,
R&B
you.
track. Yes.
Oh
You,
yeah,
right.
you. Yeah, you.
Zaki. Is it Zaki? Zaki or something?
Saki, betul.
Mm.
That was a
That-
beautiful track song.
Itu baik sia the whole
Zaki Peep Show, right? That was his
The
band
Peep,
kan?
the
Peep
Peep
Show kan?
Girls pun. The Peep Girls juga.
man, amazing. Rao,
Man,
we like
what?
to thank you
What an episode.
Yeah.
for being with us. Because for people who don't know, the people that have come on board and agreed to be on board the show have all did it out of the love for hip hop,
Yeah.
or are just friends of ours. We are not even paying them anything, so it means a lot to us when people take their time. And
Yeah, man.
Come and speak to
when
us.
we are
Mm.
recording, as of now, it's 12 a.m. So it's early in the morning, so we would like to thank you and apologies for all the technical difficulties.
That's fine.
So we hope that we hear more from you. We hope to
From
listen.
us, coming soon. Coming
Yeah.
soon from us.
Woo! Woo! New
Let's get that
music
done.
always. Let's go.
More beats, more
Before
AI videos,
bef-
whatever, man. We're
before
here to support.
before we end this, Rao personally, thank you so much, man. Like coming from me, I started this out with Matt and Apis. Our direction was chill and just enjoy our company. But right now, I'm truly blessed and also amazed by all the talent that has been on our show, including you. So thank you so much, man. I'm so glad and Alhamdulillah you're doing well. When I got that news, I'm here in Sydney. It was very tough. I'm always very emotional about whenever any brothers of mine goes through any issues, especially with health or maybe even with other things, not that they are going through. So it was tough, but I'm so happy that you're doing well now. You are recovering, and Alhamdulillah,
Yeah, man.
inshallah, you get better.
Mhm.
But man, keep doing you, bro. Like we are here to always send our prayers and support you as well. So thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. I think Hafiz and Matt knows I'm always very happy to have guests on the show, especially guests of your caliber and all the previous guests that we had.
Hip
I'm
hoppers.
always starstruck because I who am I,
Michael
man?
is always
You
he's
know,
always nervous lah. Michael is
I'm
always nervous.
always, but thank you so much. Personally, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here and going through this few hours with us and just chatting, man. Thank you so much, bro.
See, an hour and a half, an hour 40 minutes again. Yeah, I told you at the start. So Rao, bro, thank you so much again. Right, of course, we drifted apart over the years. There was a period in my life where we met almost every other day. Right, you came by my neighborhood, I came by yours, your place and stuff. Me myself used band, right, the Gila gang, Maddie and stuff. That was a really fun period in my life. But of course, we grew and we started families and we have our own commitments. So we drifted apart as with some of our friends lah, right, over the years. But touching on you being at ICU at that time, I was in there with Ben. Because it's 2 by 2 kan, boleh masuk. So your father was outside, so we went in. So it was tough looking at you that way lah. So uh, I'm really glad you are back on your feet again, brother. But take all the time that you need to
Yeah, man.
set up everything, to get back your health and everything. You know, you need to always know that our doa, our prayers are always with you, no matter if you are not even in touch every day. But of course, you can always text me any day, right? Like so, uh, I wish you well always. So, moving forward, music wise, a Gila Gang mixtape doesn't sound so far
More
fetched,
music,
eh?
more music,
Kan?
more music, more
So,
music.
Ooh.
Let's go.
I
your
mean,
Sound
I'm
call,
sound
open.
boss. You have always been the boss. Your call, boss.
I mean, I'm
Right?
open to the ideas, man. I am always open to ideas.
I'm
But
good.
let's
I'm good.
take one step at a time. We
Yeah,
are
sure.
releasing this upcoming track together.
Yeah.
Let's see how people will receive it.
The
And I
track that I
hope
didn't know that I was inside.
got
but
your
like I said, we need people to start showing love to one
Yeah,
another.
sure. Yeah,
Kalau
sorry,
you
man.
guys out there can
That's
start showing your
important.
love and show us that you want more from us, then it will keep us going. I think that's the energy that we need.
True.
Support, guys. Come on.
Kau
Support.
macam some apik politicians ya.
Kan.
GE punya.
Why not?
Yeah.
After using support kilo.
Support lah.
So we've come to the end of the episode. As usual,
man.
do follow us on all our social media platforms. We are on TikTok, we are on IG, we are on Spotify. Just search the.odd.set. And if you want to watch this episode and more on YouTube, is the theoddsettos. Oddsettos. It sounds weird, but that that was what we are doing. So with that being said, my name is Maddie.
I'm Haikal.
I'm Hafiz.
And
I'm Rauzan.
Outro.
And
All right, man.
thank you for tuning in. Catch you on the next episode.
We are the outset.
Peace.